Brenda. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. Today, for coffee and cards, I'm going to be pulling oracle cards from the Energy and Spirit Oracle and the Abundance Oracle. So these are the two oracles I will be using today. So you can get an energy card or an abundance card. So those are the two options today. So I hope everyone is doing well. And we will just get to, so you want likes to do a little reading, just, an energy, how is the energy today? Happy Halloween for anyone and, that celebrates that, because that is today. My little sweet pea's going to be a Sky from the Paw Patrol. She loves dogs. It's her favorite things. She calls them Rose because my dog is named Roro. So she just kind of, yeah. So she wanted to be a dog. But we are using energy and abundance cards. So we'll pull one from each, Celia is saying, and then we will kind of go from there. Then we will just, answer questions after that. But she wants to give a little general message, on the energy today. Mars did go retrograde yesterday in Gemini, which me and Dave were talking because, sometimes, that Mars action is, only associated with that movement forward. But I was like, it's in Gemini and it's retrograde. So sometimes, that retrograde is about, reflecting on, I feel like maybe reflecting on, make sure you think before you're speaking, kind of reflect on what you're going to say before you say it. Don't just, be mindful of others. Make sure you're coming from a place of your heart. And also, Celia told me this morning, I feel it's about, that inner self-talk, reflecting of, how are you talking to yourself? What is your self-talk? Maybe just it's time to really, it wants you to, sometimes I feel like the Mars energy is, our ego. And sometimes our ego isn't always, its job it is to protect us, and when we, it feels threatened, we go into that fight or flight mode. So just beware of your communication. It is retrograde for the next 72 days, so I feel like it's a good time to make a practice of making sure you're having a really super good self-talk about yourself. And I hiccup, so that means yes. So I hope everyone is doing well. Princess Kayla, how are you? Hi, Daisy May. We were definitely going to pull cards for you. I'm sorry we didn't connect the one day, Daisy May. I'm sure it will. I feel like I have a message for you. My channeling's really been opening up lately, so we're going to see what cards you get. Great Courts, hope you're doing well, Bella. So where are you all from? Because coffee and cards is, Celia likes it a little more, casual. So I'm just having a little coffee. Got me an iced coffee. And so she just... Daisy May, I've been really getting a lot of Texas references. I had done a reading for somebody it's ironic, I don't think this is too personal. So in Odessa, Texas, and that's my grandmother's name that, my mom's mom. So definitely, so ancestor messages coming through. And definitely, I never knew there was an Odessa, Texas, and now I know. So I feel like my grandmother's around me, so definitely, but no, my channeling's really been kind of opening up a lot. I tell Dave sometimes I feel like the movie Ghost right now. But yeah, Celia's saying it's really a time, for you to work on your inner self-talk. Make sure you're talking to yourself, in the highest regard. And she wants me to pull an energy card first, she's saying. Um, India, nice. I will just tell you, Daisy May, the day we talked, it might have been the next morning. Dave and I was in the hot tub, and I said you must have been thinking about me, or we must have been having some kind of connection, because like I was definitely, I literally mentioned you to Dave. So and the first card out is Wisdom, Inspiration, and the Akashic Records. So I feel like it's, about past karma, and it's a great time for healing that. I know Dave's been working on his past family karma and healing it. And then we got Archangel Haniel, which is joy, blessings, and intuition. So I feel like, that feminine archangel energy is definitely around you with those cards. I feel like it's definitely time to, embrace your feminine energy. And make sure you're, giving yourself some self-love. Yeah. So he's like really strong on that message for this morning about, that self-love. And if you're not sure about your family karma and stuff, you can always, have some Akashic Records work done. I've done some for my personal self, but I'm working on doing some for others. So me and Dave were actually going to try doing a little something tonight, just to see how, because he's got some family karma that's wanting to be addressed. So we'll just leave that at that. So yeah, so we are going to start getting into some questions and just see what Celia has to say. I hope everyone is doing well. You can pick an energy card or an abundance card, and we will just pull messages from that. Oh, definitely past life relation. You too. That's kind of how we do. I feel like we have, we build karma with each other, and then we come back in different parts. Like, she was your mom in, this lifetime, but in your past lifetime, she could have been, your sister, or, your child. I feel like we all have karma we have to come back and relive. And family karma we have to heal. And certain people we have soul contracts with, to come back, life after life with, to work with. Especially like sister bonds, or like really, if you have a really super good best friend that, are like super duper connected, then definitely I feel soul contracts with that for, many lifetimes together. Because you know how you meet somebody and you just have that instant connection. And Daisy May, I have the abundance cards here, the divine abundance, and then we have energy and spirit. Oh yeah, they're definitely connected. Okay, Daisy May, we're starting with you. Celia says, great quartz. There are energies always around us all the time. Your spirit guides are always there. You just really have to call on them and ask them. Like Celia was there for me for a long time. I always knew it. Morning, Danny. How are you doing? And Daisy May, we're going to get a message from you. Great quartz, ask it to leave. If I feel like there's dark energy, around Dave and I'll be like, this is literally what I say. If there's any energy that's not here for my highest and greatest good, I ask you to leave. And I give it the opportunity to leave on its own. And then after that, I call in source and I ask source to clear the energy in the room and to transmute any energy that's not there for my highest and my greatest good of the highest possible vibration. And then I wait just a minute, and normally you can feel the energy change in the room. But if you ask it to leave, I give it the free choice to do it. And if it doesn't do it, on its own, I call in source and have just my space cleared. I have protective, I really like, the witch's broom, black kyanite. It's called the witch's broom. Literally, it just helps kind of sweep the negative energy away. I have it on my desk. I have it on my table. I have a little pouch of crystals I carry, literally, and there's one in here, on my person, just because, sometimes people cast energy, and so, yeah, I just, so definitely make sure you're clear on that. I also use sage. Dave swears he's going to make me a little bra with a little pocket in it so I can hold my crystals. But I'm like, sometimes I carry a lot of crystals. I use sage. I use the crystals. But if you ask the energy to leave and call in source, really, it can really take care of getting rid of that. Dave and I are really good about, if you feel bad energy, I have a whole box of sage that I use, like literally, I was burning sage right before we started. I believe it definitely helps clear the, energy, and in my rocks, I got like my happy stone. I have some angel aura, and then we got a Sedona, like sunstone or something. Sunset stone. I carry a little sunstone. I carry some healing stuff. Oh yeah, we sage everything. But yeah, ask for it to leave. And like Dave has like a little tourmaline grid, black tourmaline grid around our house to kind of keep negative energy out. Cause like when I'm in here, I'm like in my own little, that's what I told him yesterday when I was coming to do my reading. I'm like, I'm going to go cocoon in my office. Cause it's like my little safe, private. I got my crystals around and just all my stuff to make me feel good. My beautiful roses Dave got me. But just all my stuff that made me feel safe. But definitely like the black tourmaline, he, has them placed in all four corners of, the house and in the yard. Yeah. But if you ask that energy to leave, it has to leave. Or have it transmuted, because literally source will come and clear it. And then sometimes I even put, myself in a little protective bubble. And just call in Archangel Michael and say, I asked to be put in a protective bubble. Ask Dave when we drive. We're in like a little bubble. He loves it. But just, yeah, I call in and ask for that. I was having a mirror ball because I was trying to, reflect it back to him, but then it was making me reflect it back. So I told Dave, taking my mirror ball back, I'm just going to go with, pure white light. And I called in some pink because, Kuan Yin and the, always working on my heart chakra. Yeah, so he's just wanting to do cards for a minute and have a little chat. And then Daisy May, we're getting you, and I know you wanted a spirit card. I was a little thrown off this morning, so this is just kind of helping so you get a little settled in. I was trying to work on my stuff, but Dave's father recently passed, so I'm kind of getting some of that energy, but I'm also getting a lot of other energy. I keep doing the ghost movie reference, and that's kind of how it's feeling to her. Like, I feel like one of Dave's ancestors were trying to talk to me this morning, and I wasn't even going to mention it, but I guess here we go. We have a jar in the refrigerator that kind of come out and hit me in the foot because I was literally in the process of saying that I did not want to channel that energy. That I, my dad was fine and Celia's really good. And, Dave's dad's even okay. But this other energy, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. So my psychic stuff is really opening up. So, yeah, Celia just wants to take a minute to get settled. So, it's probably a little longer than we normally do for sure. But thanks everyone. I hope everyone could take a moment to like and subscribe. I don't think I have it set for it just have to be subscribers only today. So you kind of was setting it up. But so please everyone like and subscribe and share, help build my channel. Thanks, Danny, for your help. We're gonna get Daisy May, and then we're gonna get you, Danny. Celia's always about taking care of you. Okay, Daisy May, the card you get is Natural Spirits, and the 4 elements is the bottom of the deck. So I feel like maybe make sure you're spending time outside being grounded. And then the first card, we got 4, is the creation card. If your mom really liked flowers, make sure you're doing something with her to honor flowers, or just literally watering your flowers. But making sure you're taking time to grow things. Like I did a video early in the year about growing self-love. So make sure that you're focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, and not focusing all your energy towards something negative. Because just know with the next card is the mindfulness card, peaceful presence, quiet mind. And so you wanted me to just to take a pause with that. I feel like your mom is definitely probably trying to connect with you, probably in dream space. Because that quiet mind, that's when our mind's quiet. And I think it's wanting you to take a little time to quiet yourself. I know sometimes it's not always easy to hear, but one of my beliefs is, when we come in, we have a start date and we have an end date. And as Dave said, for his dad's thing, what we do with that dash in between is kind of up to us. And sometimes we don't have a choice of, we have that end date, but we don't always have, the choice, of the exit. But I feel like your mom is trying to say she's at peace now. And she's trying to connect with you. I feel like in dream space, but I feel like she's at peace. I'm really so drawn to the flowers there, like the watering of the flowers, and that bright energy. So we're gonna flip over the other 2 cards and see what we have. Yeah, definitely getting some time by yourself. Spend some time out in nature. We have 2 more cards, Daisy May, so we're gonna get the next one. But I feel like she's this, and the mindfulness is the number 1 card. So I feel like it's also a sign of, she's back with source. I know with Dave's dad recently passing, I got the message yesterday. He's going to the beach, and Celia, like I was talking to Dave, and then I said, I don't understand that frame of reference. Like Celia was giving me a reference of time that I could not understand. I couldn't channel through. And Dave and I are figuring out, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know. And sometimes I'm figuring out when I say I don't know to you guys, it's I don't know how to translate that for Celia. I'm working on it. It's a new thing for me. So yeah, something about the plant, like really, I keep getting that plant. So water the plant, find the plant, take care of the plant, plant a new plant for her, and water it, and maybe talk to her, and talk to the plant, because she's, as Dave and I have talked, his dad is everywhere and your mom is everywhere, and your mom's like really trying to communicate with you. Um, you know, I feel like definitely when you're outside, try to get out and walk, and have a little quiet time. And just see, what sometimes, thoughts pop in our head. And as you're beginning, your little walk, you want you to take a walk. And as you take a walk, just place your hand on your heart and ask your ego to step aside and say you want to have a conversation with your higher self and that you would like to, have a sign of your mom and then walk with your higher self and talk to your higher self. And, as you ask your ego to step aside, it has to do that as well. So, just, I feel like she's definitely trying to communicate with you. And I feel like if you do, you really come from a quieted, peaceful mind, that you're going to get the communication from her that you're seeking. The next card is balance, centered energy, self-care. I feel like she wants you, she feels like you're not taking care of yourself clearly, that you're really off balance and focused. I hear the truth will come out. Because like he looks like he's got that aha moment. Mighty Panda, I am going to put you in timeout because I feel like it's super rude to spam my chat. So we're just doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm just taking care of that. I'm not doing it today. Celia feels it's very rude to spam the chat. She feels like, come in, say hi, be polite. We're just having conversation here. I'm channeling a message that's kind of, we don't like that. Oh, I put him in timeout, Danny. I got it. Celia's really about being the boundary person these days. You know what, Daisy May? We are always good for some moderator help. So absolutely. Yeah. So you told me add you. And the next card is talent guide, spirit mentor, teacher. Daisy May, we have a private Facebook group. I don't know if you're on Facebook. The link is in the description box and on my banner. We do private readings in there. We did one yesterday and nobody showed up. So we just did a reading and left. But if you come to that, we are doing a little more in-depth private readings with Dave and I. So, and we are doing that every Sunday. So and anyone that doesn't listen to Abraham, oh, don't worry about it, Danny. Don't worry about it. So absolutely. Just don't worry. Dave and I did the message we needed to, and then we did some other coffee and cards. Celia says everything in the right timing. Daisy May, we need to have another conversation. Yeah. I don't want to do it with everybody though. So I send me an email. Yeah. So she's telling me, yeah, she wants to help you connect. So we're just going with it. So send me an email. We'll do something privately. Yeah, she's definitely in my ear. She's like, she has so much to say, but she doesn't really want to say it right here. So privately. So we knew we were going to have that conversation. I so knew it. Your mom was definitely in my ear this morning. Maybe that's part of my new thing. So, but yeah, I keep telling Dave, I feel like the ghost movie where she's having all these, all these energies in her head, and I'm trying to figure it all out. But thank you, Daisy May, for helping with moderating. Thank you, MD. Thank you, Danny. Danny, we're doing abundance cards or spirits card. Which one would you like? And MD, we're getting you, and then we're going to move on to everyone else. And so he's just picking by, who's in the chat. That's kind of her way now. She's wanting to have a conversation with people, especially with coffee and cards. So, yeah, she's definitely got her some spunk, I'll say. She likes to have fun. She tells Dave all the time that, yeah, Celia's my guide. Mine and Dave's, we have, like, she's like right there for both of us. Like, I can always read Dave's mind because she says guide too. Danny, I got these spirit ones, and Dave's checking on something now. So I feel like I'm going to have something to send you in an email here in a little bit. So we'll see. Good morning, Sherry Lee. How are you? And so he says, hi, y'all. She says, y'all. I grew up in Oklahoma, so for a couple, 10 years. So yeah, so y'all. We get the healing heart and soulful appreciation, heartfelt gratitude. So beautiful messages. And the bottom of the deck is phase entanglement, which is emotional influence. So just beware if if you feel like somebody's gossiping about you, maybe try to come from a more heartfelt place and know that's more about what's going on with them than what's going on with you. But I feel like I feel like that's a great financial card for you, Danny, right there. I feel like it's tipping the scales, going in a different direction. I feel like we may have something to tell you later. So Dave's checking on something. So, and MD, would you like an abundance card or an energy card? The initial was collective, and I'm just calling, if you feel a resonance with the message, take it. I love that, Danny. Dave and I were talking, that we are meant to activate, other twin flames. So, and I feel like we definitely call that twin flame energy. I feel like I attract that energy towards me. So that means you're working on that energy, Danny. That's a good thing. Yeah, don't take it personally. Don't let it bother you. It's more about them than, I have some of them friends, or let me rephrase that. I had some of them friends. So, but MD, you said abundance. And Danny, Dave, and I were talking about doing the Tree of Life reading that we're going to do for you. When I have one wrote down in my book, MD, we're going to pull your card and we're going to talk to Danny for a second. So he's going to shuffle, actually, she said. With that, like, I have, like, sometimes I get pain in my hip, and literally, like, we'll look at that, and that's kind of telling me where that's, I have pain. So I look at where that is on that reading, and it, like, really, like, yep, that's where my block is. So yeah, that's where I was born, and my family still lives there. Yeah. But yeah, Danny, she thinks that us doing that Tree of Life reading is gonna give you some clarity. And with that, we pull the whole. Dave and I have just done it for ourselves, but we were talking about, Dave's a little shy about reading. So it's really good that he's coming and doing coffee and cards with us. So I'll close. I have to get some of that, Jennifer. Thanks for that. Dave's an Amazon shopper, so I'll have him pick me up some. So MD, we're getting a card for you. Actually, Danny, we just pull it as a general, so we'll just pull cards and do it when we're inspired. So I feel like it's getting ready to happen. So yeah, just letting you know. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do an Akashic reading for Dave tonight, and then tomorrow my daughter's coming over for dinner, so maybe Wednesday night. I'll see if Dave can do it, and we'll work on that. And MD007, you got the Liberation card, and then you also got the Right Now card. So the Liberation card says, the doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they are you. So I think it's freeing yourself from that, self-talk of whatever that you're causing that's blocking your abundance. I think it's time you can free yourself from that negative self-talk, because that was the message from Celia this morning. With this Mars retrograde in Gemini. Gemini is the third house of communication. So even though it's Mars, I feel like it's about being retrograde. It's about that internal self-talk as well. Celia was telling me this morning. So make sure you're knowing your self-worth. Self-worth I hear. And then Right Now says, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than you can handle at each moment. So just know that if your flow is a little slow right now, that things will pick up. The more you focus on that the flow's not there, the more that the flow won't be there. So just know that Source is always taking care of you. And, as Abraham says, everything's always working out and, always in divine timing for you, MD. You are very welcome. Hi, Princess Kayla. How are you? We will, yeah, so he says you. So, and get some coffee. I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, Celia appreciates everyone being patient with us today. It does take us a little time to get settled in. So. And Princess Kayla, okay, I was just making sure you wanted an energy card. I really love this deck. I feel really connected to it since I got it. Archangel Zadkiel, self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. Always a beautiful message. Make sure you're, and she's got her hands on her heart, giving herself, some self-love. Maybe buy yourself some flowers. Maybe somebody's going to send you flowers. And then we get the family tree, which is expansion and legacy, which, that is the, for me, the, 10 of Pentacles, that happiness, also sometimes, that family tree can be, blocking things. Sometimes we have to, look down, dig deep, because, there's different generations of people in this picture. So sometimes it can be about family karma, but Archangel Zadkiel, call her in for a little assistance and ask for some guidance, and then bring your hand to your heart and listen. But that's beautiful energy. Make sure you're sending him some love too. You can put your hand on your heart and think of him and really feel, send him that love. I know when I do that with Dave, he can definitely feel it. So, and then you get the divine presence, the force of love and creation, that wanted to come out, and make sure your chakras are being balanced. So make sure you're staying in balance. So, and then Liz will get a card for you. Hi, Jocelyn. How are you? Liz, would you like an energy card or an abundance card? Sorry. My child. I swore I put it on Do Not Disturb. Yeah. Here, let me just make sure that's on, because I put it on and now it's not seeming to be. Okay. That should take care of that. Sorry if that rang in your ear. I apologize. So sorry. I'm feeling like these energy cards, so we're going to go with those, Liz. Okay. Thank you, Ashley, for liking the video. So you want to say thank you. She felt it's a good energy exchange because she knocked over the abundance cards. So thank you. She likes the energy exchange. She greatly appreciates it. You're going to get a card for Liz now. And then Ashley, we're going to get a card for you, she says. Liz, you get the elementals card, which is nature, spirit, and the 4 elements, and the mindfulness card. I feel like your guides are trying to talk to you. Spend some time out in nature. I know some of the fairies are my guides. I have the fairies around me quite a bit. So make sure you're spending time outside, and go out in nature and ask them what they want to give you a message about. I feel like they, are trying to talk to you. And if you just, spend a little time by yourself there, you'll be surprised at the messages that'll just flow in. Yeah. Trying to guide you. They're trying to reach out to you personally. Ashley, would you like a energy and spirit card or a divine abundance card? Jennifer, my guide Celia, just calls at random who she wants to give a message to at that moment. So you are very welcome. Okay, Ashley. Ashley, where are you from? Oh, I was born in Modesto. My sisters still live up there. One in Sonora. So. Dave and I have left our energy signature there because we drove. And Ashley, you get the receiving card. So I feel like, and you get the worth card. So the receiving card says, every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. So I feel like that's a beautiful card. I feel like you're definitely receiving messages. And then you get the worth card. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Oh, that's so beautiful. And like I said, so you thought that was a great energy exchange. Yeah, happy Halloween. Can't wait to see my granddaughter later. So yeah. And so you tell me go to the participant list and we will call who's next. You are very welcome. So much abundance to you, Ashley. From Celia. Jennifer, Celia wants to talk to you next. She said, thank you for waiting and being patient. We definitely appreciate it. Then we're going to get Catherine, 1111. Good morning, the Dollface Diva. How are you doing? Hi, Sherry Lee. We'll do Jennifer, then Catherine, then you, Sherry Lee. Thank you for always watching and being so good to us as well. We appreciate your energy towards us. So, Jennifer, did you have a question? And did you want an energy card or an abundance card? Yes, Celia, I hear you. Hold on. Jennifer, which card would you like? She's not letting me do anything till we hear from you. So she's like literally just sit there. So I'm just going to sit here. They want to, do you have a deck preference, Jennifer? She had me pick the abundance ones up, so we're gonna go there. And then Catherine, if you're still here, you can post your question, please, and deck preference if you would like. But sometimes Celia just has a message, so sometimes she's really adamant as she gives me a throat chakra activation. Sometimes she has stuff to say. Well, Jennifer, how about this? You get the love card first. You get the signs card. And then you get the sacrifice card. We're going to read each of those. So for the love card, it says, divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation. Only love itself. So I feel like it's telling you that, really come from a place of love and know that no other person completes you, that you are complete all by yourself. And, I feel like it's wanting you to really make sure you're loving on yourself. That was Celia's message of the day about, self-love. How are you speaking to yourself? And then we get the signs card, which is instincts are the message from the inner divine. So I feel like you're probably getting some signs. So, but those are beautiful messages. And then the sacrifice card. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions, the law of sacrifice to love. So I feel like if there's some things that are being taken out of your life, just know that it's for a higher purpose, to really bring you the love that you deserve. And sometimes if we resist the signs and try to fight it, that the universe will knock louder. So sometimes it's trying to, remove things because it wants you to focus on for me, I figured out it wanted me to focus on my spiritual path. And the more I embrace my spiritual path, the more it's allowing everything else in my life. So, and Catherine, any deck energy check. By the way, V and E, what I need to know basically about this connection. Okay, she's telling me to pull from this abundance deck. She loves the imagery. We get the flow card. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. So I feel in the bottom is outrageous openness. And that message is, dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what is needed, and I am open to receive. So I feel like the universe is definitely at work for you. Miss Lovely, thank you for the donation. You can post your question. And we are doing the energy cards or the abundance cards. You get to pick your deck and you can post your question. Thank you for donating to the channel. That does make priority. Just so you feel it's a good energy exchange, and that is a priority. She wants to know if you have a preference on the deck. You are very welcome, Jennifer. Have a beautiful day. Okay, we are going to use the energy and spirit deck. I am very drawn to these energy cards and the abundance cards. They were both calling my name today. They wouldn't let it go. Thank you, Catherine. Hi, Corinne. How are you? And we're going to get what about your move to Georgia for Miss Lovely. Miss Lovely, Celia's telling me to tell you, if it's meant to be, it'll be super easy. Me and Dave were talking about that. When things are just meant to be, they just fall into place like unbelievably easy. And I feel like you're really being guided there, because we get the talent guides and we get Archangel Haniel, which is joy, blessings, and intuition, and we get the spirit mentors. So I feel like you're going to meet somebody really important on your mission when you move there. I feel like it's definitely you're being guided there. That looks like, a pretty fun, playful card, and she looks like a good card. So I feel like the move will be very, blessed for you. I feel like you're going to meet somebody that's really going to help your spiritual path. Yeah. Miss Lovely, write that story, how you want that situation to go, and make sure we're getting ready to have a full moon in Taurus, and it is also a full lunar eclipse. So with that, Celia's saying, it is a really good, eclipse season is time for things to leave our lives. And sometimes those things are, oh yeah, Dave and I are gonna want to go to Miami, and like I keep hearing going to Miami. So I feel like you're really, really guided there. But Celia's saying, write that story you want. If there are any negative situations that happen that, come to your mind ever, write them down and then release them on that full moon. Full moons are great times for releasing. Oh yeah, I'm a Taurus. Um, gotta love Taurus time, don't ya? Um, oh yeah. I tell Dave all the time we're going. He works for a company, so he gets a little perk from that. So, but I'm all about, promoting that self-love. So that's that Taurus energy too, know your self-worth. Because we teach people how to treat us. So the more you're in your alignment, the better the overall energy will be. I'm feeling there. Then you get your eternal spirit, higher self, sacred intention. If you are having any kind of conflict, here's a super good tip. Any kind of conflicts and you're having need to have a conversation with someone, hand on the heart, ask your higher self to have the conversation. So you come from a place of love. I mean, me and Dave have been in like a not very good place. And we literally, like in 1 minute, I did that. And so you had the conversation with Dave and everything was better. So it's literally just coming from a place of love. Yeah. So, but I feel like, yeah, you're definitely, yeah, it's going to go okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's my twin flame. And we talk about that, we attract that energy. So, sometimes couples are in and out. Our relationship wasn't that way. We had, other relationships. We were both married for, I was married for 19 years and Dave was married for like 23 years. So like we both had a lot of energy tied to other people. And then I had a lot of karma I had to heal in my time alone. And then oh yeah. Mhm. I would say yes. Yes. So just me and Dave are working on that healing energy. Make sure you know where your Chiron is. Literally, Dave and I's Chiron work together. Mine is communication, and Dave's is personal relationships. And we both need to work on both those things. So we trigger each other's Chiron. So having that idea of where each other's Chiron is like, yeah. Well, he is, over the twin flame, part of the journey. So I definitely would not be surprised if he is. Yeah. 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 But write down, how you want your story to go. Your words are so powerful. And in anything that, negative is you're holding on to, make sure you let it go. Because any of that energy that you haven't resolved will come back around. So as Dave and I are learning, when things come up, we just talk about them. Feel the feelings, because Dave didn't know much about feelings, but we're learning, and I say Dave, so it must have been me either, because, with that twin flame thing, you mirror each other. So, but yeah, write down the story you want, on my thing, when I was doing my thing, my, at the end of, because it was on one of my assignments was, write down what your perfect schedule would be. And at the end of it, my last line was go to bed with my husband. So, yes, Corinne, would you like an abundance card or an energy card today? And then we will get, we had one other person, so you was calling. Sherry Lee. Sherry Lee, we'll get you and then we'll get Corinne. Sherry Lee, did you have a question? An abundance. Okay. So you said I couldn't move past Sherry Lee. She was, oh, it's pouring rain here now. How about that? A good cleansing time. I hear cleansing water. So, yeah. Oh, here's a good little tip. If you are having a little bit of odd energy and you want to try to clear it a little bit, wash your hands in ice cold water. That can help clear the energy on your hands. So somebody needs to hear that. Wash your hands in cold water. It can really change your energy. I do that at the end of my shower too. Like that last minute, I turn it on ice cold. It can help raise your vibration. So use this full of, divulging all my stuff today, apparently. So yeah. And part of, I guess, my journey is, I have been on my path for a long time and I've learned a lot. And so you told me I've had to go through so many of those things. So I would have points of reference for, the messages I have to do because for years I've known I'm a messenger. I'm a messenger. Now I'm being the messenger. So, Sherry Lee, this one's for you. MD, thanks for doing such a great job for us. We greatly appreciate you. And this one's for Sherry Lee. And Sherry Lee, you get the grounded card and you get the freedom card. The grounded card is many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living lives with joy, dignity, and courage. I also feel like being grounded and just, enjoying where you're at the moment. Just enjoy the abundance all around you. Dave and I was talking about that the other day, about the abundance all around us. Sometimes we take for granted, but air, there's such an abundance of air. I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for the sunshine. I'm even grateful for the raindrops. Yeah, my grass loves the rain. So, and then we get the freedom card. The freedom card says, I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from the bonds. So I feel like it's saying you have some negative thoughts holding your abundance back. So that can easily change just by changing your mindset, by really focusing on what is, what the abundance is around you. If you're not sure, hold your breath for a while. I'm sure you'll appreciate the abundance of air around you. Sometimes Celia gives those really specific references. So, and then we get the right now card, which is stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than you can handle each moment. So just know that everything happens in the divine timing. But I feel like she's wanting you just to appreciate what you have because there's so much good there. Yeah, and she loves that reference to holding your breath. You'll appreciate the air eventually. And then Corinne, did you want an abundance card or an energy and spirit card? And then after Corinne, Celia's calling on energy. Okay. Jocelyn. So you would like to know if you would like an abundance or an energy card, and if you have a question. I hope everyone is doing well. I will be doing my normal free tarot at 11, which is like an hour and a half. So we are getting a card for you, Corinne. Corinne, you get the sensitivity and strength card, which is tapping the forces within, which is definitely beautiful energy. The next card is the attachment card, which is longing and desperation. Make sure you're not in that energy. That definitely feels like, that devil energy. So, I hear focus on your strengths, focus on what makes you happy. Because the bottom of the deck is the up from the depths card, which is releasing that. So I feel like as you focus on that happiness, you can really release it and really bring, your strengths, more to the forefront. I know my stuff's really been opening up, and as you move into, I feel like it's wanting you to step on your path because, she said, look, she's, walking up towards that. So I feel like you're definitely doing the work. I know Celia's been giving you stuff to do. So, just some guidance. So, you are very welcome, Sherry Lee. I hope your kids get to feeling better. Celia says, make sure you take some time to take a few deep breaths. Self-care. So I hope that helps, Sherry Lee. And then we're going to move on to Jocelyn, an energy card. We get the job tomorrow. And Jocelyn, you get the card of relaxation, which is peaceful pursuits and happy time. You get the card of Archangel Zadkiel, self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. You get Archangel Haniel, joy, blessings, and intuition. And then you get the talent guides, which is spirit mentors and teachers. And then letting go of urgency. So I feel like the answer is yes. I feel like you just have to just relax your energy a little bit. If you're feeling like there's desperation, it says freedom from time constraints. Sometimes even after you have an interview, it takes a little bit of time for some stuff to come around. This card's really sticking out, but I feel like the archangels are around you, telling you, it's right there. Come from a place of your heart, and just, really shine through and be your true self. You know, I feel like being your authentic self is like really going to help. But I feel like the spirit guides, your spirit mentors are right there. I feel like they're there to help. Oh, here we go. When I've had a couple of situations and I have literally called in my guides to help, and I can literally see, because I see energy, but I can literally see them as a light, like on the wall, like above where, like if whatever I'm doing, like I can call them in and I can see them there. So I feel like if you call them in before your interview, it'll make it go really easy. I feel like the archangels are right there around you, supporting you. Your guides are around there supporting you. But call them in before you, ask them to come with you and help support you with your interview. So, like I said, everything for a reason. Call in your guides, have them go with you. Call it, the archangels, have them go with you. But literally, I just, I ask them to go, I call it, put my hand on my heart, because that really comes from a heart center place, and, just ask them, to help just what's best for you. So says you're welcome. She's always glad to help. And she says, everything in the right timing. So, even after your interview, make sure you spend a little time, even maybe before your interview, walk on the grass, get grounded. Get grounded before you go, and ask your guides to go with you. Yeah. And like I said, you could always ask your, higher self to step in and have that conversation. Same thing. And just, your higher self is always there for your highest and greatest good. Make sure you're grounded. And then we're gonna look and Jolly, we're gonna get you next. Okay, we will get some cards for you. Would you like an energy card or an abundance card? Those are the only cards I'm pulling from right now. I do tarot at 11, which is in like an hour and 20 minutes. Hi, Himanshi. How are you doing today? I would like to thank everyone for joining today and being so patient with me and Celia. We are working on, staying balanced and grounded too. Okay, I got your question. We're using these two decks. So Celia's letting you pick your deck. Would you like a message from the Divine Abundance deck or the Energy and Spirit deck? Absolutely. Guidance from Dolly. You have several messages. So the bottom of the deck is expansiveness. Eternity is far more creative than rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. I feel like it's a time of expansiveness for you. Sometimes people are removed out of our life so we can work on our own personal expansion. The next card you get is change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads of your own evolution. So I feel like that is definitely where that message is going. And then the next card is letting go. Everything is indeed out of control, and God's will hold it all. I can safely let go. I feel like it's definitely telling you to this is part of your path. I'm definitely inclined. She's like, hold them up. So she wants you to really take a look at them. She feels like that's one message. And then we have some other cards. So there is another message. The next card is extraordinary, which is there is a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. So I feel like the universe is trying to tell you you have some divine gifts, and sometimes you have to have a time alone for that to work. And then the next card is the divine flow. And that card is eventually one sublime desire takes the precedence over all others to flow the Tao, the divine flow at all costs. So I feel like it's just sometimes people are taken out of your life for your expansiveness is what I'm getting. The last card is companionship. And with that card, it's giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. So sometimes when you pull your energy back and you let go of the situation, that other person will miss your presence because you're extraordinary. The universe is really trying to say that. And I feel like it's trying to really flow some gifts to you. And as you embrace those gifts and let go of holding on to that past energy, that something can really circle back around. But I feel like you have to step into your path before that's going to come back around. Um, so, um, but yeah, I feel like it's really trying to expand you. I know my psychic gifts are the last card was that companionship card. So I feel like it can come back around, but it's you're going to have to really work on your personal spiritual path. Look at where your Chiron is in your birth chart. Look at where your North Node is. Once you embrace that stuff and start working towards that, the universe will, bring that back to you. So I hope that helps. Thank you. And then we're gonna call someone else. Wow. Wow. So you says break time, because that was just crazy energy moving. It's been crazy all day. So yeah. So I am actually gonna take a break. I would like to thank everyone for joining me. But Celia says she's ready for me to go. So I am gonna go do me some self-care, and go clear my energy. Um, Apparently I needed to give you your message. And you have a good day. I will be back later to do some tarot at 11, about an hour and 15 minutes. So join me then. Thank you. Bye.